Okay, y'all. Um, I'm gonna be sharing this testimony with you guys today. It says, Muslim dies, goes to hell, but then Jesus saves him. Um, this is a powerful testimony, by the way, and it's not to scare anyone out there, because one thing is certain that Jesus is the only way. When I mean the only way, it's sad to see that some Christians out there believe that there are other ways that you can get to heaven or you can make it in life. And to me personally, I believe that the goal, the ultimate goal in life is to, after we are done here, living our lives, the ultimate goal is to see Jesus one day. I believe in heaven and I believe in hell. And for this man, to come out here and share his testimony, being of a Muslim background, being of a Muslim background, it's it's something that should be a wake up call for anybody out there. I'm not saying that if you're Muslim, you're wrong. No, God is the judge. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just here to show you this testimony, and hopefully, you know, this would change how you live your life, what you believe. You know, let's just get right into this testimony because I'm feeling a little bit emotional now. Okay, all right, yo.
I died when I was going to hell, when I was falling in the abyss. I was still even saying, there's no way it's Jesus. There's no way. How can it be? I died. I must have had a heart attack in my sleep. And, when I tell people this, they say, you sure it's not a dream? You sure it's not a dream? I go, listen, man, I'm 45 years old. I know what a dream is. And this is far from any dream you could ever think of. This was more real than me and you talking right now face to face, because when you die, you feel everything a million times more enhanced than you feel now on earth. I felt every single cell on my body, every single hair I can feel. And you know everything. Your soul knows everything instantly. I knew everything. Boom. I knew I was going to hell when I died. I knew it right away. I screamed out the shahada, which in Islam we do. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammad rasulullah. And I screamed the scream that I screamed, I will blow the roof off my house. That's how the terrifying scream that you would not, that's how bad I screamed. And I screamed it and I screamed it. And then I said, Allahu Akbar, like 8 times. And then right after that, I was wondering, and I'm falling in this black abyss, falling so fast. And I'm wondering, am I going to get up? Am I waking up? Because, sometimes when you have a dream, you're falling and you just pop up like that. That's what I was waiting for. And then it's not. And then my soul's telling me, you're dead, you're going to hell for eternity. My soul told me that it's not true. When I said Allahu Akbar and I was going, it said this is not true. You're going to hell for eternity. And when I felt the hopelessness, when you know that you have God separated from you and you don't have God, and there's no hope in your eternity, like there's no hope. I mean, man, I don't wish this on my worst enemy. This feeling of hopelessness is unbearable. I mean, the hopelessness you have on earth is nothing.
Um, he said, there is no hope. To me, that scares me. I'm gonna try not to pause this video on it often, but being in the state of hopelessness, it is scary to me. You know,
Nothing compared. Nothing comes close to it. I felt that hopelessness. And then there's this white light flying around me so fast. I knew it. My soul knew instantly it was my guardian angel. And this guardian angel, this is the only way I can explain this in life. This angel's voice was the most scariest and the most beautiful voice in one. It was so piercing and it was so desperate for me. I felt the love of this angel was so desperate for me. It's like I knew he was with me my whole life, trying to guide me, trying to help me. His voice was unbearable, unbelievable. I can never get it out of my head. Every single day I can hear this voice and it was coming from this ear and this ear. Amir, Amir, please. It was begging me, please, you have to listen, hurry. He can still hear you. You have to tell him before your soul leaves your body. Tell Jesus to save you before your soul leaves your body. Hurry, please, do it now, do it now. And I'm looking down and I see another portal and that a pit. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no, what do you mean? What do you mean, Jesus? No way. What do you mean? What do you mean? What about Allah? What this and that? And I'm doing this. I'm like, oh my God, oh my. Like, and then I said, right before I said, please, Jesus, come into my heart and save me. In a big flash, in a big thunder, like a thunder, a bolt, like a sound. And the force, when I came back into my body, the force, my body flew off my bed. I was sweating like water. My wife got so terrified. She was gonna call 911. She's like, I was like, oh my babe, I had a heart attack. I died. You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe. She's like, just go back to bed. Just go. It was like 3 something in the morning. It was late, I didn't sleep. I go, oh my God, there's no way. There's no way this is happening. There's no way. And I still denied it. I go, there's no way. I go, I gotta read the Quran again. I gotta read the Quran. There's no way this can't be happening because a lot of times in Islam they say the devil plays tricks on you and he comes in. He'll come in looking like a prophet or something. It's kind of ironic because in Galatians 1:7 when I read that.
Yeah.
Angel of light. I cried on the way to work in the morning. I was crying my eyes off, man, crying. I couldn't believe it. So I started reading the Quran. I took my time and just to show that I'm not lying and making things up. I write everything down. I have 2 journals. I write everything. So I wrote surahs from the Quran that stuck out to me that I want, and I did the same for the Bible. I did them both and I read them both. And I have 2 journals full. I write everything
Wow.
because I keep reading over them so I could memorize, and I memorize. The more I'm reading, the stronger this angel's voice is in my ears. He's the only one that can save you. He's the only one that can save you. Jesus, he's the only one that can save you every time. And then when I read about the crucifixion about Jesus, that's when it hit me because I read it before, and when I read it again this time, it was different. There's no way that God is gonna make somebody look like Jesus and deceive trillion and zillions of souls because Islam and Christian and Jesus are over 600 years apart. So God Almighty took 6 days to create everything, but it took him 600 years to create Islam and to say that Jesus wasn't crucified, and that didn't set right with him because in Islam you're not guaranteed paradise no matter what you do. And then after this happened, when I was reading the Quran and stuff, because I forget a lot of things and I'm coming back to it now. My wife calls me one day. This was 3 months after, and I didn't convert yet. It took me 8 months to finally give in. That's how stubborn I was. That's how proud of a Muslim I was. I was even risking my soul and everything just because everything that he showed me and everything that he did, I still was denying. And a lot, I didn't want to hurt my family, being raised for so many years and having this in your mind. It's programmed, it's like programmed. It's hard, My wife calls me and she was like, babe, do you have a minute? She was driving to work. And I was like, yeah, because I felt the urgency in her voice. She was like, I have to tell you before I forget again. She was like, some lady just cut me off and her bumper sticker made me remember this dream that I had. My wife is still a Muslim, by the way. She had a dream that me and her, we got into an argument and I left the house. So she was doing the clothes and she was on the floor folding clothes and our door have mirrors on them. Our closet doors, they have long mirrors on them. So when she looked up, she got blinded. The light reflecting from the mirror blinded her. So she got scared and panicked. So she stood up and she said she stood up and she's so scared and she was frozen. She couldn't move and she felt somebody putting their hand on her right shoulder and instantly she felt peace. She said, who are you? Who are you? And she was like, how come I can't, she said to him, how come I can't see you? And he was like, you're not strong enough to see me. That's what he told my wife. And then she said, okay, well, where's Amir? Is Amir going to come back? And he told her, Amir's going to come back, but you got to bring him to me. Tell him Jeremiah 33:3. And I never read the Bible. Okay. Never in my life. Me and my wife, never. Okay. Never read the Bible. That's why. So my wife, when that lady cut her off, her bumper sticker says Jeremiah 3:3, and that's how she remembered. So I'm like, babe, maybe it's just it happened because I keep on telling you about this angel's voice and what happened to me, and I'm so confused and this and that. So maybe that from that, she was like, I don't know, Ben, I don't know, she's like, but it just came to me right now. I was like, okay, no problem. I googled Jeremiah 3:3 33:3, and it says, "Come to me, and I will show you things that you do not know, amazing things that you do not know." It's true, honest God, man. Ever since I got saved, my vision is 360. I see everything. Like when I pray for an answer, boom, it comes to me. Boom, and he shows me so many signs every time I doubt and stuff, and I don't deserve it. That's why I always question myself, like my sanity sometimes, because there's no way he's showing me all these things. There's no way. Like I don't deserve it. I died when I was going to hell, when I was falling in the abyss. I was still even saying, there's no way it's Jesus. There's no way.
Okay. I'm gonna link the full testimony of this guy in the description of this video, so you can go out there and and check it out yourself, because it was way more than this. Trust me, you know. And this kind of reminds me of when I was in high school, because I'm originally from Nigeria. There was this Muslim guy. I wish I really paid more attention to him, because it was something similar to this. He said whenever he came to preach, the gospel in our school. So his story was he said that Jesus appeared to him in a dream, but to him it was real as anything. It was just more than a dream. Jesus appeared to him and you know asked him to come to him. And mind you, this guy was a strong, when I mean a strong Muslim. And if you know, in the Muslim religion, in the Muslim community, if you defect or if you convert to Christianity, you can die for that. They can kill you for that. But despite the death threats, his father disowned him. He was still following Jesus, pursuing Jesus. His whole life he's been a Muslim. This guy probably was in his 40s back then. This was way back in 2008. Yeah, I remember 2008. I was in my finals in high school, just like this. So, like I said earlier, it's not to scare anyone out there, but for you to know that there is only one way. You know, Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life. And he said, "No man comes to the Father but by me." So, this is a wake up call also for, Christians who are, on the wrong track. Maybe you are on the right track, but God is, calling you. Jesus is knocking to come back to me. And for anyone out there still in doubt, of the existence of Christ, I pray that, God, in his infinite mercy, and power, gets you. But first you have to accept, you have to believe. For some reason many people don't believe. Well, I pray for anyone, that will come across this to really think about it and have a change of heart. And peace, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one.